Yeah, it's always good to get a win on Rooney Field in front of our home crowd on a beautiful day up here on the bluff. As I told some of the guys that came to visit from high school, it's this way all the time up here on the bluff. It's beautiful, sunny, great afternoon for football. And I give Mercyhurst a ton of credit. They did a great job. Their coaches did a great job planning up, and their players played their butts off. And I give our kids a ton of credit too. We weren't totally on some of the things that we had been in the past, and we had to grind through and come out with a win. And so I'm proud of them for that. And wins or losses, you learn, and we'll learn a lot from this.
Coach, with Mercyhurst being a new team in the NEC, you guys hadn't played them since like 1993 and something like that. I mean, you guys haven't played them in a while. What were you expecting out of them, just simply today?
Well, I was expecting them to come and play as hard as they can because they're new in this league. I expected them to come here to play to win the game, which they did. Just because they moved new into the conference or up from Division II doesn't mean anything as we talk college football. It's it doesn't matter what level you're at. It's tough to win games, and they knew that. They came to play to win. And they had a good plan too. They were really deliberate on offense, which if we couldn't get off the field, they controlled the clock. I imagine they had time of possession on us.
Coach, what was the message at halftime that led to the turnaround?
Well, the message was really good football teams overcome adversity, and I thought we faced that. Obviously, hadn't started like we had most of the year, and we're playing a football team that was doing a good job and wanted to win the game. We had to make some adjustments. We'll come out and play with a little bit of energy.
Coach, coming into the second half, you guys hit Joey Isabella on a couple deep balls. Was that someone that you wanted to rely on during a game that wasn't really going your way? He's had a touchdown 5 straight games now. You can usually rely on him.
Yeah, we talked a little bit that we hadn't been getting the ball in his hands, and I don't think we had a lot of plays. We weren't churning first downs. Probably made a couple mistakes on some of the passing game stuff. Receivers weren't on sync with the areas. And so we just didn't have a lot of opportunities to get him in the flow. So we did talk in the first half. Ball wasn't in his hands or going to him enough. And so always say he makes clutch catches and clutch opportunities, clutch times.
Coach, I saw that in majority of the first half, Taj Butts got a lot of the balls, a lot of the carries. And then, as we saw in the second half, Jamaria Clemens began to broke out. What do you think led to him starting to feel comfortable and get going that led to him to have such a productive second half?
He has that in him once he gets warmed up, and he has that burst. That's the little subtle difference in those two is Jamario will put his foot in the ground and explode. And Tosh has a little more patience to read and find holes, and it's a good combination. We tried to get Tosh back into almost that rotation that we had before when he was healthy. We started to crank that up more, and I thought they both did a really good job.
Coach, the Ty Howard interception was obviously huge, led to the Jamario touchdown, but also T.J. Jones and Ramirez had pretty big sacks in the first half that sort of led to some momentum that you guys were able to gain. Just talk about those plays and what it does for the offense when the defense is able to get a big play like that.
Yeah, it's critical, especially when they were controlling the sticks. They were getting second and mid-level or short, and third and short, and the defense was struggling to get off the field. They were doing a good job of getting the ball out of their hands, not allowing us to get those sacks. But those opportunities came up to those guys, and you have to make those plays in those opportunities. And so it was great that they did. It's good to see TJ make that play.
Coach, I want to ask you about the receiver, Rylan Davidson, and even Barmore. I mean, they seem to do well statistically. What do you think was the trouble with covering them today?
They're really good players. They run really good routes. They have a little bit of length on us, and when you have that, you got an advantage on back shoulder throws, and I think they're really good players. And we knew the quarterback gets the ball out of his hands, He's really intelligent, makes the right reads, understands where to set his protections, does a really good job to get the ball in their hands.
Coach, going back to Joey, did you feel as if, that I think it was first couple plays in the third quarter, he got that touchdown. Did you kind of feel the momentum shift then, that it was kind of slow in the first half? Once you guys got that, you kind of had, you felt settled in almost, and that was kind of like the turning point in the game?
I know there was a lot of juice on the sideline, and I think that helped everybody get going. But also there's 29 more minutes left, and I know that, and I knew that it would be a challenge. You got to play through the emotional highs. You're going to play through, the times that you don't have that emotion, and we talk about that playing every play, and we had to today, and give the guys credit for that.
Coach, on Jamario's long touchdown, it looked like Darius was kind of helping him out, leading blocking. So just like, did you notice that? Obviously, and like, what did you make of seeing your QB get up in there in the trenches? Kind of?
I did notice it. I see it all the time. I'm impressed that you noticed it. We try to talk to him sometimes about not putting himself in a situation, but that's one thing he doesn't listen to us, and we love the energy and the effort. He's just a winner and a competitor, and he wants to do whatever it takes, even if it's blocking a 220-pound safety, to win the game, and that's what we love about him.
Coach, today, with the win, this is the 29th out of 32nd, right, Davey? It'll be 500 or better?
Yeah, 500 or better, yeah.
What does that just mean to you and just this whole program and the team?
It's consistency in the program to keep that up. Our guys, it's a challenge for our guys to continue to keep up the tradition that's been here for years, Rooney Field, and started back with Coach McCann and Coach Russell for a couple years, and Coach Gattuso, and I worked with every one of those guys under them. So this team understands the tradition. There's a former player in the back there, and he knows it and he understands it, and it's great. It's great. Our guys came back, grabbed me on the field there before I walked off, and so it's a great tradition, and there's some pressure to do it, and our guys accept those challenges, but they're happy to be at a place like this that supports football and plays at a great venue here at Rooney Field.